Hello everyone and welcome to Season 3 of the Happiness Journey with Dr. Dan. For this season, we'll be bringing guests who will share their own path to happiness and the many struggles they face during their journey. Now, we all have a different definition to what happiness means to us. For some, it's a huge mansion by the ocean, while others would prefer excellent health and longevity. In this season, my guests will share their journeys on overcoming challenges and managing to keep moving forward despite the odds. Now, this show will make you laugh or cry, but most importantly, it will inspire you. If they went through tough times and survived, you can too. No matter how hard things may seem, there's always something good coming around the corner. Sometimes painful things can teach us lessons that we didn't think we needed to learn. Today, we have a special guest and author, Claudine McDaniel. Now, her new book, More Than Conquerors, taught her lessons about forgiveness and not overlooking her many blessings during her difficult journey from Togo, West Africa, to the United States. She is here to share with us her many challenges and her secrets to success and happiness in her new land of opportunities. She is here to share her story about how she managed to find peace and serenity through hard times. Now, her journey wasn't easy, and hopefully her story will give you the tools to overcome your own struggles in life. Claudine, thank you so much for being here today at the studio, and welcome to the Happiness Journey.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
Good, good. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself, so at least we know who you are and what kind of person you are.
Okay, my name is Claudine McDaniel. I'm originally from Togo, West Africa, and I have two beautiful girls, and then I speak several languages. I speak Ewe, I speak Mina, I speak Font, I speak French, and now I speak English. Now I'm from Maryland as well. So,
okay.
And my father, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my background.
Yes, please.
My father, he's from the royal family in Togo, and he had two wives, my stepmother and my mother. Growing up, my stepmother and her children, they were just a little, they were cruel to us. So for that reason, they insulted us. They just said mean things to us. So that led me to be a little sad at school and with my friends as well. So, yeah.
Now, you said that at 13 years old, something happened in your life. Can you please elaborate?
Yes, so like I was saying, I was a little sad, but then at 13 years old at school, a friend of mine, she helped me to receive Christ in my life. She invited me to her Bible study. From that point on, I started learning how to live a godly life, how to exercise my faith, how to I learned also that forgiveness is an important thing in one's life. And so from that point on, I began to be happy and happier, and was looking forward to having a normal life in Togo, which was getting married and having children and just be happy.
Excellent. Now, what brought you to the decision to move to the United States?
Yes, so after I got married, all things were happening. It was so confusing. And so my in-laws, they moved into my home. And
that could be challenging.
Yeah, it was. They moved into my home, and from there, they just criticizing me. They criticized me about everything that I was doing, like how to wash my dishes, how to cook, and even how I was raising my children. And from that point on, my husband, he started coming from work to home very late. And then later on, I found out that he was cheating on me. Actually, he rented an apartment for the lady and also travel on the weekends. So I became very sad about that. And so for that reason, I just decided to pray to pray because my faith was what I held on to. It was difficult for me to believe that my husband did not understand that his actions could have affected our children. And so at that moment, I just thought that it was my responsibility now to work to take care of my children. So I was praying, like I was saying. I prayed, but then at some point I just thought about coming into the United States. That thought was impossible at the time, but I just kept praying. And at some point I just decided to just make a step. You know, because if you pray and you don't make a step,
you have to take action. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So I just took the action and then applied for my visa. And then there was a great deal of scenarios in which my visa application could have been denied. But so since I did not want that to happen, I just decided to just act by faith. And so I packed my suitcases that I was
sold all your belongings, everything.
Yes, and then I kept seeing myself in the United States, even though I was in Togo. And so I even borrowed money to buy my airplane ticket, even before I went to the, all these were happening before I went to the interview. So I borrowed money to buy my airplane ticket. I called my contact here in the United States and told her that I was coming.
Even before you received the notification that you had the visa approved?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes. So believe it or not, that happened. I was able to get my visa, and I was so happy about that. And later on, I just decided to thank the Lord because what He did for me was just amazing. It was a miracle to me. So I decided to just give back to others. So for that reason, I went to the hospital and bought some clothing for young, newborn babies. And so I gave those clothes away. And later on, I helped some pastors as well. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
So was there a big culture shock when you came to the U.S.?
Yes, there was
to say the least.
Yes. Before I answer that question, I want to tell the audience something. I want to tell them that the Lord was the one who worked in my life. So for that reason, I want to tell them that what is it that you're going through? Is it sickness? Is it bankruptcy? Is it unemployment, divorce, financial problems, grief, persecution, betrayal, anxiety, depression, setback, disappointments, anything? No matter what you are going through, the Lord can help you. He can help you go through your problems. And so, just like I said, whatever problem you are facing, I believe that the Lord can help you. He is the one who can heal you when you are hurting. He is the one who can give you peace and joy in your troubled times. He is the one who will never forsake you, look down on you, or overlook you. He is the one who can give you comfort, provide for you. He is the miracle worker, and He can make the way where there seems to be no way.
Wow, that's a lot of faith, of course.
Yeah.
But during the times that you were going through the challenges and the hurdles, did you feel that God was not there? Did you feel that there was something where He didn't see you around, He didn't really pay attention to your prayers?
Yes, during those times, it was tough, when I was going through that time. Sometimes I'm like, God, where are you? Where are you? Are you looking over me? Yeah, are you protecting me? Are you the one who allowing this to happen? Because it was too hard for me at the time. But later on, looking back, I think that the Lord was with me. if he wasn't...
He guided you to come to the U.S.
Yes, he guided me through.
Because if everything was great in Togo, you would stay there.
Yeah, I would
So
just
maybe you were meant
there.
to come to the United States of America, and this is obviously the land of opportunities, where we have like, I think what, a big percentage of people move from different countries to be able to reach their dreams here.
Exactly.
And I guess you did the same as well. And if it wasn't, look, you said that your visa was very challenging to get, but yet it was approved.
Yes.
Go figure. So it's everything is all the puzzle come together, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
So going back to the culture shock, how was the difference between the lifestyle in Togo and the lifestyle here in America?
Yes, so when I got here, everything was different to me. The food was different.
Yes, not always healthy, but different.
It was different. The buildings, you know, the roads and the weather was different. And also the language, I did not speak English when I got here. So when people were talking, I thought they were singing, and because I had no idea what they were talking about. And so for that reason, I just felt like a baby trapped in a big body because I could not go to the store and shop for myself, for example. And so for that reason, I started going to this church where they helped me to learn English for 2 months.
Okay.
At the end of the second month, they told me that I did not belong with them anymore, and so
because you became too good.
Exactly.
Okay. Here you go.
And then they told me to go to Casa of Maryland. There too, I spent two semesters there, and then later on I went to Montgomery College and I spent 3 years there. And later on I went to University of Maryland, where I graduated from with my bachelor's degrees in accounting.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we will take a quick break. Now stay tuned to hear more stories about our guest author, Claudine McDaniel. Message from the universe, changing your life from within. Lo and behold, before your very eyes and all around you is a reflection of what lies from within. Glad we cleared that up. Talio, the universe. So what would you like to see all around you? Peace, serenity, joy, happiness, love, and what else? There's so much we can add to this list, but nothing will happen if you don't first feel all of what you want from within. How can you expect the world to change from the outside if you're not willing to make a change from the inside? If you bundle in hate, sadness, anger, depression, how can you expect the world to do the opposite? You may wonder, how can I make a change? How can the world or people around me change for the better? It all starts with you, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing you can really control is how you feel or act. Do not focus too much on the outside world that needs dire change. Just put all your attention on how you can make a change for yourself. Take that first step. Work on how you want to better your attitude towards life, opting for a different perspective, and the rest will follow. Write down all the things you dislike about your daily routine. See what works and what doesn't, and start making changes. It will be hard in the beginning, but it will end up to offer you new opportunities, a new life that you wouldn't ever experience without the desire to seek something unique about yourself. Nothing in life comes easy if you do not put the effort and accept that change is imminent. We all want to live a fulfilling life, but not always willing to go through the hard work to make things happen. If you're not happy the way things are going at this moment, nothing stops you from making that change. Some will seek happiness by acquiring material assets such as cars, homes, gadgets, and whatever else. This will only offer you temporary happiness that fades as quick as it came in. Learning to be happy with nothing is the biggest accomplishment anyone can achieve. This journey is about you, not Joe and Jane Schmo. You are the only one walking or running that path. That means that whenever you do reach your destination, you are and will always be a winner. If you want to learn more about the universe, be sure to watch the Happiness Journey right here on MCM. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Dr. Dan, and I'm here with Claudine McDaniel. Now, we're discussing her own way to finding happiness in her life and her many challenges she had to overcome to be where she is here today. Claudine, thank you so much for being at the studio.
Thank you again for having me.
My pleasure. Now, I know you told me that you came to the U.S. with your visa that got approved, but you came almost with no money in your pocket. So tell me, how did you get to where you are today?
Wow,
I know it's a long journey, but try.
That's a very good question. Yes, I only came here with $13 to my name, and it's just a miracle how I was able to overcome everything, you know, buy food and then rent and everything. And today I have a job, so $13 have done a lot for me.
When you look at it this way, yes.
Yeah,
it took you very far.
Very, very far, yes.
Good. Now, we talked about the culture shock because I myself, I am from Morocco, okay? And I moved to Canada, and then I moved to the U.S., and even that, Canada, which is neighboring to the U.S., still found to be a culture shock when I moved to the U.S. So I could just imagine in West Togo, Togo in West Africa, how it was here. So what was the biggest challenge that you faced when it comes to culture shock?
Yes, the biggest challenge was English, the language. Like I was saying, I felt when people were talking, I thought that they were singing. And okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. At the airport, when I got out of the airplane, it was just very different. And I thought everybody was singing, really. And then the gentleman who helped me to,
settle in.
To settle in. And he was very patient with me. Imagine someone who does not speak, who does not know what another person was telling her.
But he spoke your language?
No, he spoke in English,
okay.
But he used his gesture to describe things to me. And so that's, I didn't speak. And so later on, I was able to watch Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
That's how I
cartoon.
started learning Dora the Explorer, and then later on I went to
the Casa de Maryland,
Casa of Maryland and all that, and and now I'm able to talk in English. Yes.
Excellent. So after you graduated, you said that you did a bachelor in accounting?
Yes, I did bachelor's in accounting.
So is this what you're practicing right now, accounting?
Yes, that's what I'm practicing right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you work as independent or you work for a company?
I work for a company.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, excellent. Now tell us when it comes to, because I know you told me that you have 2 daughters, okay?
Yes.
And based on your book, I know that you had to leave them in Africa to come and build your career here, and then you brought them back. How was that process going?
Wow, it was very difficult. Not having my children for a while, that was difficult. But first of all, I made that decision because of them. When I looked into the future, it did not seem promising for the children.
I see.
Yes, so that was the moment when I made my decision, and because of the Lord being faithful, He helped us to be where we are today. And the girls, they are here now with me.
Yeah, I met them. Very lovely ladies, absolutely.
Yes.
And so you brought them here after how many years? I mean, was it like that? How long did it take you to be able to establish before you were able to bring them?
Wow, that's an amazing question, and all that details is in my book.
Okay.
It was difficult. It takes years for me in order to be able to settle and be able to bring them here. But we spoke over the phone all the time, and we prayed over the phone all the time. We sang, we did so many things over the phone. The money I was making that time was just to buy food,
and pay the rent.
Pay rent, and also phone calls in order to call them and be in constant communication with them. Yeah.
And that book, now where can they find The More Than Conqueror?
They can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
Yes, it is on Amazon. And and also on my website, ClaudineMcDaniel.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and this book now, how long did it take you to be able to write it?
Wow. Okay, that's a very good question. it took me over a year to write it. It was when I graduated from University of Maryland. I just decided to, I was going through difficulties, again, some type of difficulties, but then I just decided to look back and see what the Lord has done in my past and write them down. You know, so in the process, I was like, oh, I have some good stories to share with the world, to just encourage others that are going through difficulties. Mm-hmm. And so for that reason, I just decided to turn this into a book, just to encourage others that no matter what you are going through, no matter how dark your ways are, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, it's, you know, the challenges of what you went through, despite everything that you had to manage, not seeing your daughters, having to pay the rent, having to pay the, you know, like food and making your life here, you still managed to sit down and be able to type in. Because I know a lot of people said, you know what, they have the good idea of a book, but they say they never have the time to write it. But this is, I really think this is BS, okay? It's only excuses. But you still manage, so that proves to everyone that even if your path to life is very dark and very challenging and very sad and depressed sometimes, you still said, you know what, I want to be able to share my journey with everyone. And this is exactly what you did. So kudos to you, Claudine.
Thank you very much, Dan. And one more thing is that the time I was writing this book, it was another darkness time in my life. So today when I look back, I ask myself, how did I
manage?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. In order to write this book. But the Lord, He's so amazing, and He's the one who gives me strength when I feel like I don't have a strength. I feel weak. He just gives me that strength to keep going. Sometimes you don't want to even get up in the mornings, but as soon as I pray, I said to the Lord, you are my strength today, and help me in order to do what you want me to do today. So I just took it one step at a time, and then one day at a time, and then here I am today.
Well, this is the laws of attraction. You see, when you look at, you especially what you did, which was, actually I wanted to share a story about the fact that you packed your bags to go to the United States, even though you didn't have yet confirmation from the immigration offices that you did get your visa approved, in which that reminds me of, you know, if you already set your mind that things are going to happen, you already get the universe to get the ball rolling and then make things happen the way that you want it to happen. Because if you were negative and say, oh, there's no way they're going to give me the visa, because there's millions of applications every single year at the immigration office to be able to get the visa to come to the U.S. But you already called the people in the U.S. to say, I'm going to be arriving there. You already sold your everything that you had in Togo, and you made it happen. So that told the universe, you know what, I will do anything it takes to be able to get to the U.S. And it happened, as you can see.
It happened. And even during that time, I remember my mom coming to visit me, and she saw the big suitcases, and she was like, where are you going? Then I said, I'm going to the United States. And she looked at me, she says,
are you sick? Are you ill?
She said, do you have your visa? I'm like, Mom, no, but I know the Lord is with me. He's going to do something. And she looked at me and she said, you are something else. And then, yes, that's what happened.
You have to be someone else to be able to think this way. So, yes.
And also, if we look at the life of Abraham, Abraham in the Bible, when the Lord told him that he was going to have children, at that time, Abraham has to see that promise
come true.
Come true. And so he had to accept, he had to see it. So the moment he began to see that he was going to be a father, sooner or later that promise came to pass. And now we are Abraham's.
He gave her to Isaac.
Exactly.
You know, and
exactly.
I mean, Sarah gave her to Isaac, not Abraham. But yeah, that shows to you that, you know, it's just incredible how everything went. But like I said, everyone has a mission in life. Your mission was given to you, and you let the ball rolling, and you made things happen the way you saw things happening. And which, you know, for someone, an immigrant, I am an immigrant, and I know a lot of millions of people are being an immigrant in the U.S., you did everything to, you know, come to term and to realize that, you know what, my life is here now in the U.S. and I brought my daughters, and now I'm giving them the life that they deserve.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a word for the audience.
Yes,
yes,
please.
yes. I just want to encourage people that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what family you come from, your background, and then how people treat you, how people see you. Because if you have a dream in your heart, just make a step of faith and then do something about that dream in order to become through. And also along the way, there will be people who will hurt you, who will disappoint you, may feel betrayed, but and also find it in your heart to forgive them. Because the moment you forgive, you will feel light.
Yes.
You will be focused.
Yeah, keeping grudge it's heavy on the shoulder.
It's very, very heavy, yes. And so you will be able to focus on your dream and then run your race. And forgiveness, when you forgive, you'll be blessed.
Absolutely. And always remember that in the race of life, you're the only one in the path.
Exactly.
No one is actually competing with you.
No, it's just
so that's what a lot of people, they always say that, oh my God, if someone else get the wealth, I'm not going to have it. That's not true.
No.
Everyone has, you could walk like a turtle, still get to destination, and that's the main important thing.
Yeah, because we are uniquely designed. You know, me, I'm not you, you are not me. The qualities you have, let's say, the skills you have, I may not have those same skills. So, and we do things differently, and then we just need to find the seed that we have in us in order to
let it grow.
Let it grow, and then get to where we want to be. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of the Happiness Journey. I would like to thank Claudine McDaniel for her time today. Thank you so much for coming and inspiring the authors here, and it's helping everyone to be able to take at least advantage of what you have learned or what you have experienced so they could do the same as well. Now, we'd like to, this season actually is going to be based mostly on bringing people and sharing their inspirational stories, just like the one you watched today. Now, here's a few concluding words of wisdom. When it comes to setting aside a little time each day to visualize, look at it like this. No matter how distracted you become or how confused you are about the process, the simple fact that you gave your dream this time attention means you did it correctly. You did it long enough, and that by that time, you open your eyes. Already in the unseen, huge wheels have begun turning. Never give up on the visualizing part, as your momentum is gaining speed, and speed is what you need to get to where you want to go, a bit quicker than usual. My name is Dr. Dan Amzalag, and you have yourself a wonderful day.